All right, we're in here. We're recording. So, number 3, bitch. It's about time. It's taking
This
us
is number.
forever.
You sure this number 3? I think this is number 4.
This
3
is
was
number
like
6.
atrociously.
Three got deleted.
3 was, yeah. We just trashed it. I'm deleting that shit off my Dropbox.
Yeah, you should. The problem is that God was like, "You shall not talk about this shit," and then just shut it all off.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I cleared all the data off, off of here. I got a lot of space now, so
I'm telling you. I'm gonna say this in as kind of way as possible. All right. So I'll tell a story first. So
all right.
because it's related to what we're talking about. So I believe that, like, if you go to send a text message and it fails, that's the universe telling you not to send that fucking text message. You know what I'm saying?
After you try to send it 3 more times, or like the first time?
The first time.
I'd be like, message failed.
First time is Jesus.
Second
said,
time is like the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Third time
right,
you go get the wrath of God.
So
sometimes you just be sending something that don't matter. So I don't think it's always the case.
It could be Jesus.
Hannah wants evidence.
All right, so listen to this. I think she knows the story. So I'm pissed off. So, like, some people talk about me on social media, all right? Let's just leave it at that, all right?
All right.
And it got under my skin a little bit, but the fact is that you can't interact with these people because they don't understand life yet, right? Whatever the case may be. Fine. So anyways, it got under my skin, and then I was riding my bike, and I'm riding my bike. I'm like, I'm just thinking about it, just like in my head. I'm just thinking about it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck these people. You know what it is? Winners win and losers lose. That's why they're angry, because winners win and losers lose. So anyways, I go into this rant. I'm filming myself while I'm biking. I'm on the bike, and I'm like, and I'm saying this. I'm like, winners win and losers lose. Winners win. And I'm just like talking stuff, like just talk about these people, like, and then they're this way because they're losers, whatever, right? So I'm like, yeah.
Hold on. I think I should cut in. He riding his bike and you making a video. Let's just go ahead and initiate that.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
I'm like, I'm riding in the wind. You know why I ride in the wind? Because it's hard, It's like, and I was like, stay hard, motherfucker, whatever, right? So I was like, yeah. I put the phone away. I'm like, I'm sending that out later. And then I look left. I go to get onto the road from the shoulder. Bow! Slide across the thing. I got scars on my leg. I'm bleeding everywhere. And I stood up. I said, all right, God, is that it? Why couldn't you couldn't just tell me not to send it? Yeah. And I'm just like,
He like, hey, you gonna want to delete that before I break your phone in.
Listen, I know. So listen, I hit the ground, slide, and then I go to put my hands on the ground, still sliding, just tearing my hands up, everything. Just luckily no cars are coming. Anyway,
you got no rider's gloves? You don't ride with gloves?
No. Anyways, Jesus was like,
he needs some.
Did you have a helmet on?
Yeah, I didn't hit my head though.
You might have been normal if that would have happened. Next time, leave the helmet at home. You did it. It bring you back.
All right. So, anyways, that's the story, and I'm sticking.
You should get a phone like you can have your bike computer as like you have the little, what do they call it? The harness or the holder for your phone.
Yeah.
And you can use it as a bike computer.
No.
And a rant station.
No, he don't need any more. Where are you going?
He don't need any more incentives to talk shit, right? He'd be angry.
He don't need any more reasons to ride his bike and make a video at the same time. It's like that reckless as hell. I almost crashed if I tried to take a drink or something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be terrible.
Hannah's reaching for a water bottle. Like I need a what's that? The goddamn. I have one of those and I don't even know what it's called. The water reservoir with the tube with straw.
I'm just joking.
I love those. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
He'd be filming things, look at the scenery. What the fuck? Ride your bike.
Enjoy nature, man.
I thought I was David Goggins, man.
He thought he was something he wasn't, and it's like, no, you're not. Get your ass back on the bike. You better walk home.
Me and my partner were coming back from movies. We watched Tenet. It was like us and 2 other people in the theater. I need to see that movie again. I'm waiting for it to come out. That's a movie that I'll get on Blu-ray and never open, But so we're driving back. I'm in the parking lot of my apartment, and this car is coming towards me, and it doesn't have any lights on. And I give the little, the little flick of your lights, like the, hey, turn your lights on, hit the brights. And then the car starts speeding towards me. And so I pull over into like a parking spot. It's like 7 parking spots. So I pull over, and then I'm like, okay. And I just drive to my parking spot, and I turn around. The car,
This is after
the movies.
Okay.
Yeah. So I look, I turn around, like getting out of the car, and this lady pulls up in this little like Toyota shitbox with the bumper missing, and the radiator like dragging and scraping the ground. I'm like, you okay? And she was like, you better stop following me or I'll fuck you up. I know where you live, motherfucker. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. First of all, I wasn't following you. She was like, I don't give a fuck, and I'm a chick. And she drives off, right? And I'm like,
what the heck?
I look, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? And then she stops, like she drives like 50 meters and then stops and then just starts yelling from the car. And I get out like, I just tried to tell you to turn your lights on. And then she was like, what you say? What, bitch? I'll fuck you up. I'll fucking kill you. And I'm a chick. I'm like, is she trying to commit? Like, I was like, I'm so confused. It's like, is this like a recent transgender woman who's had like, got to convince me or something? Like, I'm so confused what's going on. Anyway, so she drives around the other side of the parking lot. We got the field in the middle with the track. And she goes on the opposite side. And I live on the first floor. She shines a bright light into my window.
Ooh, she knows where she lives. She knows where you live.
And then I go outside.
You better move.
She's like, you better not come over here or I'll put a brick through your fucking window. And I'm just doing the slow, like I'm about to fuck you up walk towards her. She runs in the car and like, I'm rolling out the windows, leave me alone. Locks all the doors, right? And so I walk back. I didn't even go like within maybe like 20 meters of her car. I just look like whatever. And then I go sit on the picnic bench, and I'm just sitting on the picnic bench. And I'm
what are you doing out there?
She got to come out of the car sometime. And then the neighbors out there with their dogs, and they're like, what the hell is going on? I was like, well, this woman's yelling at me, and I don't know if she lives here or not, but she threatened me, and I'm just waiting for her to go in the house so I can go in the house. I feel comfortable, just go in the house, chill out, or if she want to talk, that's fine. And I start to walk back towards my place, and she turns on the brights. And then she's like yelling obscenities, again. And so the neighbor's like, fuck this, I'm calling the police. And he's drunk, by the way.
Your neighbor's drunk?
Like the alcohol. Yeah, but they're walking the dogs. They do this all the time. They sit out and drink and then like walk the dogs, right? So the guy goes, yeah, this is Hector Arturo. I'm calling because this is some lady threatening to kill us. I think she has a gun. I'm like, whoa, this whole situation. I was like, I don't even want to be a part of. That's not true. And she was like, what kind of gun does she have? I think I'm like, dude, the lady doesn't have any gun.
Oh, no, what?
Like, and then they go, what's her ethnicity? Why is that the second question, by the way? I understand you need a descriptor of the person, but it's like, it's a little too fast. Like, let me assess the situation before, I guess, whatever. And so he goes, I think she's black. I'm like, no, she's Hispanic. She's not black. And I'm like, you're about to get like some like random black woman killed.
For sure.
And so anyway, we wait for the cops. Cop gets there and they're like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, here's the situation. I explain what I just told y'all. I'm like, here's my ID. This is my name. This is my phone number. They're like, is she still in the car? I'm like, yeah, she's sitting in the car. We've been watching the car the whole time. Lights out, black, nothing's going on. So they walk up to the car and she's like, y'all better get the fuck away from me. I'll fuck y'all up too.
Oh, no.
And they're like, ma'am, we're the police. And she's like, I ain't talking to nobody. And then like gets out of the car. She's rolling around on the ground. They haven't even touched her or say anything. So they come back to me, ask the questions. They ask my girlfriend a question. And then they go back over to me and they're like, look, hey, would you like us to arrest her for disorderly conduct? And I was like, please, yes. And so they're they spend like 30 minutes trying to apprehend this woman in the nicest way. The guy was so nice. He gave me his card. And then like, they took her away finally, right? And next to her car, her bumper was right there. Her bumper was next to her car. But anyway, and so the next morning, I get all these calls from like the court and the police, and they're like, hey, do you want to press charges? I'm like, no, it's not that serious.
All about this same girl?
Yes. So I was like, first of all, this is the first positive experience I've ever had in my life, with a police officer, Secondly, I was like, "Wow, don't ever get into an altercation." Like, she didn't touch me. It was just
Yeah.
work. Imagine this: you go to a bar and you get into a verbal incident with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and they report you. Oh gosh, like you can go down. I felt like I could have ruined this lady's life if I wanted to. They were like, "Is there any emotional damage, any property damage,
Hey,
any physical damage,
also,
any loss of wages?"
hey, it's first of all, yes. Second of all, it's 2020.
Really?
They were acting in one type of way to help you
Just
out.
because they was like,
Yeah.
hey, brother, we got you on this one. All right, don't call us again. I felt like I was like, this must be a fluke. Like, real, like nobody. My mother has not cared about me that much. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like these people were like,
hey,
called me back. They sent me emails. They was like, do you need a copy of the police report?
yeah.
Do you need to show your
Mm-hmm.
the management of your apartment? What? Do you need to break your lease? I'm like, I am moving. I would love to have some information to break my lease early. Yes, please forward me that email. So it's just like, okay, she's not to come within like 500 yards of you. If she sees you, she has to go the other way. Da 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 da. And I've been seeing her car. Apparently, she lives here. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, I gotta move. It's just been just weird situation after weird situation, man.
Listen, hey, hashtag 2020. Look at that.
She was about to fuck me up. She said, I was waiting on it. I wanted to throw a brick in my car. I'm like, I want a new car. I got good insurance. Fuck
What
it
kind
up.
of car you got?
Fuck it up.
Pellegrino.
Honda Civic.
Mm.
A Honda Civic.
Nice. I like it. Like the sound of that.
2019. That's a nice one.
Oh my gosh.
I want to downgrade. I want a Honda Fit so I can travel more. And like,
travel more. What's wrong with the Civic?
Because I want to sleep in it. I can't sleep in my Civic. I can lay it. Look, you can lay.
Get an Odyssey.
You can lay the back seats down of a Honda Fit, and you got 7 feet of room to the driver's back door.
The driver's back door.
Car. I mean, to the driver's seat. Sorry, to the driver's seat. You can lay it down. It's crazy.
Remember, I used
to roomy compact car. It's like your old Golf, but like
listen.
roomy.
Yeah, I used to have to curl up in that Golf.
No, this one you can stretch out. I've seen people get like full-size beds in it, like mattress, air blow-up mattress.
That's crazy. That sounds like a Tesla.
It's insane. But that was my weekend. How was your weekend, Hannah? Any crazy things happen?
Nope, nothing crazy.
Wow.
I went camping in the mountains. I was thinking about this. I was like, all right, are my friends down enough to be like to do this kind of shit? So like you can rent a yurt, rent a yurt, and or like you could just. So I'm gonna try and do it like 3 or 4 days during the week where I just like backcountry, just camp, me and the pup, and just like not live out to land. Obviously, I'm gonna pack food and water and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, just like fake living off the, like fake. What do you call that? Mountain living.
Glamping.
Oh well, not quite, but yeah.
They call it glamping.
No.
And you have electricity and iPads, or like take out.
No iPads.
You didn't even have signal. I went to Mongolia 2 years ago. I spent 14 days in Mongolia. No internet, no running water, and just middle of nowhere. No, I mean I did that like in the wilderness. So I'm saying if you need a friend that's willing to go down, like I showered like in the river, like.
What'd you do?
Well, we toured over, all over the countryside through the Gobi Desert, and stayed with like local families and such. It was an awesome trip, man. Yeah, 2 weeks in Mongolia, and it was inexpensive for like a trip, like flight and everything included, $1,500, 2 weeks.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. What? Are you serious? Including my flight. It wasn't 2 weeks. It was 10 days, including my flight.
That's $150 a day.
No. Listen, I had
with no electricity and no running water.
A whole trek, like a guide and a trekker, basically like a driver and a tour guide. The driver didn't speak English. He just knew the desert and there were no street signs. He would look at a rock, bust a U-turn, like we went the wrong way. And I'm like, how in the hell? There are no streets. There's no roads. There was nothing. And he was a shaman. He's like, at night, he was always like meditating to the spirits. It was cool, man. I've never seen that many stars in my life. Like literally, listen, when they say there are billions of stars, you have to go to play. There are billions of stars.
Go to Idaho.
Billions of stars. You just have light pollution in wherever you live. You know?
Yeah, go to Idaho. I saw the whole universe.
Oh, I bet it's amazing. Like I like looking up. It was so many stars that I start crying, like looking at it from like the light just in my eyes.
Idaho was the only place I've ever been where if you shut all the lights off, like if you're driving on a road, like a back road, you shut all your lights off, you cannot see.
You can't even see out like in front. You can't see no reflective roads.
Nothing.
Just turn it on and you just hit somebody, you know, like bam.
Nothing. There's literally like something could come out of the dark and get you, and you wouldn't.
Most of the U.S. is similar to that, man. You look at like where like, all right, it's a big city, and then it's like nothing. Like name something south of I-80 in Illinois. You know that
south of I-80.
Everything down there is like in the middle of nowhere.
Hannah's down there.
She in the middle of nowhere.
She's near.
I mean, she's near a city, metropolitan area. I'm talking like between the greater St. Louis and Chicago area. There's Peoria and Springfield and Urbana, Champaign.
True.
But really, there's nothing out. Like go north, never east side. Go west, right? And until you get to the Quad Cities, there's nothing.
Yeah. That's why I got out of the Midwest.
Right.
Deuces. Hannah's trying to get out of the Midwest too, I think.
I was there this weekend, man. I was in Chicago and then I was in Detroit. Oh my gosh. I had to go to my chiropractor. That's why traveling hurts. But I was there and it was cold, man. I don't like it. That's why I asked Hannah, is she cold? 66. You know what 66 feel like after you were just working out in 106 weather?
That's crazy.
I feel like 40 degrees feels like winter, man.
It is
like
winter.
Drop 40. Yeah, 40. No, it's not winter yet. 40 degree, and then it was like 35 at night.
Today's the first day of fall.
Yeah. Technically, is it daylight savings yet tonight?
No.
Daylight savings.
When y'all get it? We don't do it here. We don't do it here. I got a
I had to tell you that.
Or something.
Listen, you didn't know that before I told you.
No, I knew it.
You didn't know that.
No, I knew it. I just the fact that like I don't have to think about it.
You didn't know that.
No, I'm not conscientious of it because the place I lived at before this didn't observe daylight saving time. Yeah.
Communist.
Communist. CCP. Speaking of communists, I was listening to a lot of misinformation this weekend. I've been filtering the media and things that I read before I send anything to somebody, and it's like I think to be conscientious of that is the first step of stopping the spread of misinformation, because we cannot wait for the government to do it. I think anytime you want something done, you got to start with yourself first, right? You know. Right.
So like
I used to say, like, charity starts at home. Yeah. You know, and I was like, what you mean? Like, you know, until you give to your family, like you're shame on you for giving to somebody else. And you would think like that's a selfish thing, but it's like, no, if your brother's hurting and you like feel honorable for giving a stranger something.
I want to see how you make this connection.
Oh, so with misinformation.
He's come back around.
I know. So how it starts at home, the same thing here is first with misinformation. We have to check ourselves. We can't demand that Facebook check information. We can't demand that the president stop spewing garbage because he wants to get reelected.
So how does this, what does it have to do with charity at home? Come on, explain.
Well, basically you're talking about the things that you do outside. They start at home first. You do them to yourself first. So if you want to stop society, or you want to see a better society of spread and misinformation, you stop it yourself. And if you want to help other people out there, you help the people who are close to you first.
So you're not going to spread misinformation anymore, is what you're saying?
Anymore. I don't think I was spreading misinformation. I think that I have been scrutinizing myself even harder than the normal person would. You know, like I took a mini course, listened to a few podcasts, read a few articles about like actual fake news and, you know, the beginning of it and how to spot it. And it's kind of like, it's a 3-step checklist, but it's really difficult for that to be the thing every time. Like, remember when cars, like, you know, we didn't live in this long, but like you've seen a video where you had to like crank a car to start it and then get in it and push it. And I got on my hat and I'm like, son, open the door. And like, you know, it's like, oh, you take off, right? Like, you know, like imagine the difficulty of like cooking from scratch every time you went to the kitchen. That's the privilege we have as modern humans. We don't gotta go like, all right, where the flour at? I'm making a pizza. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a whole thing. So I think we gotta come back. It's difficult. It's difficult to stop doing things that are easy. That's it. It's coming back. Full circle is start at home. Start at home. Don't spread misinformation to your friends and family.
All right.
Then you'll likely
pizza.
not put it on,
and the
put it
hat.
on the internet. I make audacious metaphors, by the way. Y'all get used to it.
Listen, I actually listen, so I want to follow the metaphor to where you're trying to take it.
All right, so making pizza from scratch is more difficult than just popping a pizza in the oven. And filtering fake news is more difficult than just sending that fucking message on Facebook.
All right, so
spreading it out here.
What's the guy in the car doing?
He has to crank his car. He has to crank his car and make sure his hat doesn't fall off. He gets back in. He got to start it in gear, roll down the hill, jump in that bitch. Now I just push a button. Oh, I want a stick shift too. Yeah. I don't know how to drive a stick, but I can do this with my fingers behind the steering wheel.
He's got paddle shifting. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Hannah. You wouldn't know that. We don't start our cars with buttons. All right?
Yeah, we're not at that socioeconomic status.
Oh my God.
Button start.
We don't have button starts for nothing except for the microwave.
I can't wait. Look, I can't wait to get my new apartment. I don't even have a key for it.
Turn it off.
This. Look, you do this to the door. Woo. Boop, boop,
He
boop.
said he don't even have a key. Okay. It does your palm reading?
No, you swipe over and then the numbers illuminate. You know, it's black, it's a digital, and then the numbers illuminate and they can put in your code.
You put in your social security code. I got you.
Or you swipe the card. I ain't put my social security number in there. That's bad. It's a horrible password. That's probably top 10 worst passwords.
I'm kidding. Don't
other
use
than
that.
1, 2, 3, 4 and 0, 0, 0, 0.
All right, so fake news.
Yeah,
this is on his paper. Check your paper. Fake news.
I got misinformation in culture, crime. I think this misinformation is going to become a crime pretty soon. And remember, Mike, you predicted this and I agreed with you. Remember you predicted that college athletes will get paid a full salary and the NCAA is going to go bust and college athletes are going to finally be paid a full salary. You know that legislation is still undergoing in California?
I don't think I ever said that.
Oh, I guess I said, I'll take credit.
Maybe you said it.
College athletes should be paid like salaried workers. Instead of you take a scholarship, even if it's full ride, take a $40,000 scholarship, right? A year, $40,000 a year. How much time does an athlete, like a good athlete, I'm not talking about them, them bums that you can think like, oh, lazy motherfucker. I'm talking like, imagine getting LeBron James for $25,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have to.
What kind of deal you got? You know what kind of deal you got? Come on. Slave is a choice. I'm kidding. That's misinformation.
Listen.
But think about that deal. Think about if you got Donovan Brazier at Texas Tech for $30,000
Texas A&M
1 year. Texas A&M for $30,000.
You don't even know where he came from. Okay.
Right? Oh, whatever. Too many Texas. $30,000. You got $30,000, and you got Donovan Brazier, and his parents are signed on the line, and he signed too. How many hours a week are you spending training? How many hours of your life is track and field?
Listen, I used to do that with my track scholarship, and I made about $4 an hour. So
there you go. There you go. And so, like the LeVar Ball dad or whatever that dude, the ball dad, whatever, the basketball dad.
This is good. This is good.
He's crazy. He's crazy in the sense that, like, he's crazy, and that's a short word, and I feel like that's derogatory. I don't want to say that. He is extreme in a positive way. We need extreme ideas to push us forward sometimes and to break the mold, or we just keep running on this hamster wheel of the same.
All right, let's go there. Let's go there with the misinformation
College athletes
thing.
Should be paid.
Listen, all right, but we can't touch on that yet. We got to stay with the fake news and how society's changing, fixing it in your home, right? So
fixing it at home.
All right, listen. So talk about fake news, whatnot, because it's fear that wins now, right?
Yes.
All right. So basically, so here's what has changed society. So why everybody's so soft now, and why we have what do you call them, the warriors, social justice warriors out there, and what's going wrong with society, is because of we are so like enthralled by what is unsafe we live in the safest time almost ever. And so almost ever, definitely since the 60s.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, granted, now there's a spike with what's going on, you know, so, but
it's still safer than those times.
It's still safer, right.
We're still
and
safer.
So, but we react to fear. And so like, if one kid is like kidnapped and if, you know, if one kid is kidnapped, you know, back in, you know, like back in the day, you know, it's all over the news, whatever. Now everybody thinks, oh, your kid can get kidnapped. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was the sprawl of national news, right?
Yeah.
If George Floyd was lynched in 1950, there would not be a protest about it because you wouldn't know about it. You wouldn't know about it. You know, not to say that it's injustice. Who is that? Who's killing somebody? The dog killing somebody?
I don't know what's going on.
But you wouldn't know about it. You wouldn't hear, you know, anything about that. Like I saw some news that was like, news is so boring that they start reporting on the town 100 miles down the road. You know, and it's like, what? Don't no crime happen here?
Yeah. So here's the thing. So like moving forward, like keep sticking with this topic. So like, cause I like it, cause it's like, you know, cause that's just how people are. And I've had some conversations, been thinking about it lately. So for instance, I was just with a friend of mine, and I went with her and her kids to Target, right? And so she's a good parent, like any other good parent nowadays. They'd be like, and then you could tell me what you think, and then Hannah, I want to hear. We could have each of us, and then because I want to get to the bottom of this, right? So she's like, okay. So one of the kids was like, hey, Ma, I want to look at these toys, and she's like, hey, you need to ask for permission for in order for like to if you need someone to stay with you, or I should say, her intent was to make sure that he asked an adult to stay with him so he didn't get left behind. Yeah. You with me? You're not listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. So listen. So this is what I said because I'm ignorant, and this is just how I feel. And I said, hey, you know, whatever the kid's name was. Hey, here's the deal. We're going to go at least one, maybe two aisles down. If anyone tries to take you, just scream real loud. And then I just left because we don't need a buddy system in my family. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think of that? You got kids?
Well, I think
that's personal. He may not want to talk about his kids.
No, I don't mind. I think that
I don't want to talk about my kids. You know what I'm saying?
You got kids, huh? You ain't even old enough. I think there's a lot of like pacification that comes with parenting these days. And again, fear is used like, you know, in any industry. You take insurance is just a big industry of fear. What if somebody snatches him up, you know, and you have to ask yourself, and you have to be, most people can't digest statistics as well as you can digest a story.
All right. Well, let's talk about this.
All right.
How would you handle that?
If hold on, I'm gonna go. The statistical situation is, you know, 1 out of 1,000,000 times kids are snatched up in a grocery store or Target or something.
Yeah.
However, that one time that kid got snatched up, they chopped him into 100 pieces, and that's the story. And you're like, well, I don't want to be that one time. You know, that one time. So I think number one is just, how old was the kid? Was
8.
He was, oh, you're a grown ass man. I was 8 years old. My mom used to be like, yeah, come back when curfew. You know, your curfew is 9 o'clock.
What is 8? 3rd grade or something?
I'm not sure.
It's gotta be
in
like
3rd grade, you know what? I remember in 3rd grade, I rode my bike to Navy Pier.
See,
from like,
not relatable because you grew up a while ago.
No, but anywhere in Chicago, you can live downtown at Buckingham Fountain.
All right,
and
so
go to Navy
listen,
Pier.
we're tracking, we're on the same level. But this is the thing: parents today would not have treated that situation any differently than it was treated in my example. Like my stepmom probably would have done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can't be here by yourself. You can't be in some other aisle by yourself.
Hey, our meeting got upgraded by the host and now includes unlimited minutes.
Hey, let's go. Let's do this.
I don't know that.
We did something right. They promoted us. We must got a sponsor.
All right,
so the problem is that parents,
tell me how you would handle it, because you knew how you would treat it.
My 8-year-old kid would probably already have a cell phone, and I'd be like, hey,
call me when you leave
when
aisle
I
7.
call you, yeah, or no, not even that. When I call you, we at the car.
You leaving him in the store by himself?
What's wrong with that? I don't think it's an issue. It's not neglect, and I'm not leaving him in a hot car and going in the store. The opposite of that would be the worst. I think that parents are a little bit overly protective. I watch my kids fall, and I look.
All right.
They fall and they cry, and I just look.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
Is it broken? Is he bleeding? No.
All right.
Get up and then they get up and run away.
Listen, we're gonna keep going with this. So first, I want to hear what Hannah. Would you like to share? How would you have been raised? Like, what would have happened?
Well, how were you raised?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
You didn't go to the store much.
She didn't remember how she was raised.
Yes, I did.
That's what I picked. She said, I don't know.
I don't remember a buddy system in the store, so
but
I think it was okay. But
you weren't alone though either.
I had like siblings that were my age though, so like we might have just been in the aisle together because we wanted to be, not because we had to.
I can leave. I feel even more confident leaving 2 children than I do leaving 1.
True.
And I'm not leaving. I'm in the store. You're in the store with me. Hey, we're going over here by the bread and the food aisle. When you're done looking at these toys, come over there. And if you don't find us, call us. And if you, guess what? You know what I used to always do when I couldn't find my mom? I go to customer service and embarrass her.
Yeah, right.
I tried to call. Your son is looking for you up here.
Okay, so listen. My theory is that my mom was hoping that somebody took me.
I can see that. I know your mom. I can see that.
Sometimes it'd be too many.
She was like, free kid. You probably had a shirt with free kid on the back, and you know.
We could sacrifice what? It's like all his stats on the back. He don't know it. It's like, oh, his name, here's his name. When he was born, he's really fast. He works real hard too. Give him a hammer.
Listen, all right, we're gonna call my mom because I want to hear her. I want to hear her opinion on this. I'm telling you.
Unfortunately, people who snatch up kids. I think the thing with like kidnapping is like it's the worst crime to think of.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on my podcast.
She's like, what's that?
I said you're on my podcast. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you guys hear her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna be able to hear them, but I'll tell you if they say anything. They have a question or something. All right, so I have a question. So I'll give you a quick rundown. One of my friends, she's a parent, and I was at Target with them, and then one of the kids was like, hey mom, can I stay in this aisle? And she was like, well, make sure you ask one of us adults to stay with you. She's teaching personal responsibility, whatever. And then, so my response was, hey, little kid, here's the plan. We're going to go in another aisle, like either the next one or 2 aisles down. Don't go with anyone you don't know. And if someone tries to take you, scream. And then I just like left because I wasn't about to just stand in the aisle with this kid. We're only going 1 or 2 aisles down the road, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me and my theory, because the way you raised me, was more so under the umbrella of somebody please take this kid.
If you find him, he's yours.
If you find him, he's yours.
No, I'd be like, yeah, go with somebody. Yeah, you want to go by yourself? Okay. See where you're going to wind up. You're going to wind up in somebody's trunk. Go. You want to be alone?
Actually, is that the fear?
Anton wants to know why do parents just have fear today? Because they don't handle it like you did.
Parents are too afraid to parent.
Ooh, real shit.
She could go on the road. Tell her to go on the road. Parenting advice 101.
To parent their children.
Hannah said you need to go on the road and get parenting advice.
Does that mean like allowing responsibility of the child to be a child?
If you wanted to go do something bad, yeah, go ahead. Go do it. See what happens to you. It's not like, oh no, let's have a conversation. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. You're going to talk to the back of my freaking hand or my shoe. It's like, no, that's not going to happen.
Well, think about this though. Like you just be like, you would like even when I was a kid, like on training wheels, we were like in like Berwyn, and you'd be like, all right, you see that street? Don't go past that street. And you see the tan house like down the way? Don't pass that house. And I'm just outside by myself.
Yeah.
They don't do that nowadays.
No.
Why?
I don't freaking know what's wrong with
I think you were trying to get rid of me.
Oh, you were a pain in the ass.
Yeah, we got a lot of respect for you raising him.
No, I think the way we grew up and the times we grew up, it wasn't like today. I think a lot of parents, they have fear over something
Does she feel as though it's safer today than it was even before?
Hear all these stories.
Yeah, sure. So here's something. Do you think it's safer today or more dangerous these days?
I think it's the same. You gotta, it depends, you know, well, let's put it this way. Yes, it does depend on where you grow up. Yes, it does depend on the town. Yes, it does depend on, you know,
couple
the
factors.
Neighborhoods, if you know your neighbors. Back then, we knew everybody on the block. If God forbid something. You know what I mean? Now, people don't talk to each other. Everybody's busy.
That's true.
Nobody,
That's true.
you know, like I say, hey,
no
my
more
kid's
block
going
parties.
down the street at, you know, Karen's house. He's playing with so-and-so's kid. So we knew where you were.
Yeah.
But now, nobody talks to each other. Everybody's working. Everybody's busy. It just sucks now.
Yeah, it's different. But remember all the stories that I got about the kids and the houses that you were letting me go to. We didn't know those people.
Which house?
That's probably time for another story. Scotty's house, Ma.
Oh my God! Yeah, but I hung out with his mother. What are you talking about?
Yeah, shoot, they were bad news. Anyways,
Scotty, we had to lose him.
Okay, so let me see. I don't know, but okay, let's talk one more question. All right, you used to
unstructured time.
Think about how far you had me walk to school all the time, Ma. Why'd you make me walk so far?
Because you're a very athletic kid.
Oh my God, that's not why. You could have taken me to school.
It's gonna benefit you in the
No,
long run.
I had your sister little. You
had to grow up.
She just came at a wrong time for your age. That's all.
Listen, my mom had me walking in the snow and all, not even prepared
like
for it.
You're like 7. She's like the screw up there. I think about that.
You're like Abraham Lincoln. He had to walk 4 miles back and forth.
I think I walked to school like almost every year of my life except for high school.
Right.
No, you think no ever drove us to school? Are you freaking kidding?
Okay, so you made me go through what you went through is what you're saying.
Make you tough.
Fuck yeah, man. You needed a little bit of the taste of the same medicine. Stronger.
I think you were hoping somebody snatched me up.
No. Hey, you know what? Good luck to them if they wanted to take you.
They might bring you back.
You were just a
not
lie.
keeping him.
All right, that's all I got, Ma. I love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. I'm telling you, she was trying to get rid of me.
I think it's just parents these days are a lot softer because there's so much noise and so much distraction, like she said. You know, it's not simple as just walking to school. You know, in a sense, I think the perception is that we live in a more dangerous time. When in fact, there's so many
fake news brought it around.
Yeah, that's misinformation because people don't really look up the stats and look up how often are kidnappings in your town. You don't know that, but you think like, oh, I ain't let my kids, somebody go kidnap him. It's like, what? He in the front yard. You know what's the worst thing? What's more likely getting hit by a car than getting kidnapped?
True.
You know, running out in the street with a ball, that's different. That's the only thing you really need to teach. Hey, you know, look both ways.
All right, check this out. Listen, I got stories upon stories about my childhood, right? My mom in the winter, she just kick me out. She's like, get out of the house. With like one time my dad got me a little mini bike and my mom took me around. We did a big loop in this. I have a bunch of stories about how.
Oh, you're going to tell the motorcycle story? Okay. I see you.
I have all these stories about how I almost died as a kid. And like my mom knows these things, you know?
I can relate. There's a lot of times.
Yeah. And so anyways, one time she was yelling to me. I'm on the back of it. And she's like, all right, and then you're going to lean, you're going to go this way, and you're going to do loop. Okay. So I get on it, right? No helmet, nothing, right? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so she's next to me, and I start going.
Okay, this was your fault too, because you didn't listen to the instructions. She thought you were listening when she taught you how to ride the bike.
Yeah, I was just like enjoying myself on the bike. I'm like, oh, this is fun. And then she was like, all right, your turn. I'm like, whoa, wow, it's my turn. Okay, so I start riding, right? I'm like, you know, okay, I'm driving, and she's like jogging next to me, right? She's jogging, and she's like, all right, now make a turn. And so like instead of me like turning, I gas. I gave it more gas. And she's like, okay, my turn, Michael turn. And I'm going straight towards these woods,
You sound
right?
exactly like her, by the way.
I know. Michael! And I go straight into the woods. Boom! I go up a tree. Boom! Hit this tree. Go. My motorcycle goes up. She's like comes running into the tree. She's like, Michael! And I'm just like upside down. I'm looking at her upside down. The bike's on top of me. What are we doing, people? Save your child.
How'd you hit a tree like so perfectly?
Dude, I was like.
He didn't steer. He just went.
It must have been 100 trees. You hit straight at the tree.
No,
you know how hard it is to throw like
first,
a baseball at a tree?
Listen. Jesus was like, not yet.
Not yet.
And then up
not
the
today.
tree. I'm telling you, 100%. Because I missed like the main entry trees, and I was like, I remember up the tree. Like that's what I remember. Upside down.
Yeah, we used to do stuff like that. You know, like I remember we had a clubhouse that we made out of like just scraps of wood we found, and this one kid, he wanted to be in, but didn't nobody like him, and then he burned our clubhouse down when like one kid was in it. Luckily they got out. I was like, God damn, this kid, it's like you can't be in our club, you just burn it down. Like that's what we own.
See, these days he'd have a rap sheet, he'd be in counseling.
Oh,
he probably turned out all right.
They'd be like, he just needs some medicine and some milk. You can't do stuff like that no more. Like you can't fight. I used to fight all the time when I was a kid, man. You know how many fights? I can't count on like all my fingers and toes how many fights I got in. And I think that I have been in more than the above average amount of fights with people.
Were they real fights?
Yeah, real fights every time. I ain't winning every time. They real
I saw
fight,
these neighbor kids the other day
real
fighting,
fights
and it was
come
fake
home.
fighting. So that's why I asked.
Oh, real fights. I'm talking. I remember one fight. I fought this kid. His name is Kendrick. And we're just gonna say that you can't find him. There's too many Kendricks. And it was he like jumped me at the park with his brother, and I caught them all one by one. And I caught Kendrick so bad when I got home, I had to put my hand in like ice and Epsom salt. This is like 7th grade. This is a bad fight, man. Me and Kendrick was cool after that though in high school. It was just a situation on the basketball court. But I fought all the time, man. Kids don't fight. I'd be worried if my kids got into a fight these days. They're gonna lose. You need experience to be fight. You know, it's the first thing you learn in boxing when you take boxing or any kind of self-defense. You learn the technique in which you're gonna use on somebody else. You get it done to you. So if you take a boxing class, the first thing you have to master is getting punched in the face. You have to get punched in the face. If I go to punch you in the face, Hannah, naturally you're gonna like that. You cannot move. You have to learn to get punched in the face.
I don't know what boxing class you're going to.
Yeah, you have to learn. Like mixed martial art, you got to get kicked or taken down or put in the headlock. Like,
this isn't at the YMCA. He talking like real boxing.
Real boxing. Like you learn, like you're about to fight. Like you wanna actually do something in this. You don't have to go pro, but you take it serious.
What about you, Hannah?
Anymore. I don't condone violence, by the way.
You're asking how many fights I've been in?
Look, no sibling fights count, because if that's the case, I'm at like, so many.
Is that the question? Fights?
Yeah, how many fights you been in, Hannah? See,
I don't know how many real fights. Like I didn't get in a lot of fist fights.
Real fights. I'm talking like parents had to be called. Like,
nah, I never got any of those.
What? Man,
I'm a pretty good kid. Like I'd fight with my siblings, but I was pretty chill.
That's normal. That's to be expected.
It'd be like just slapping people and somebody falls off the bed or something. But I never got in fights at school because I didn't go to school. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, Hannah, you a homeschool or you just a gangster?
Yeah.
Both? Homeschool gangster. Yeah. I'm learning a lot now. handles homeschool.
Mm-hmm.
That's personal information.
You can make all your assumptions now about me.
All right. Well, I want to ask questions. I don't want to make assumptions. No. Did you go to prom?
I went to high school.
Oh, so you were homeschooled before high school.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you got a little time to like not be weird when everybody didn't notice, because like 13, yeah, that's 14, what they say. Everybody's weird.
They say, "Oh, you didn't turn out that weird," That's a good
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You might be like dormant, and like you waiting for like a trigger, and then like serial killer.
Hey, listen.
Kids are intelligent.
Listen.
So what's wrong with now? With,
this
like,
is funny. This is real. This is real. This is real talk. So listen, I was on the phone. I was talking to Hannah when I was shopping one day, right? And then I was like I had her on my AirPods, and I could see the people around me looking at me, listening to what I was saying, because it was kind of interesting. I said, Hannah, I got a question for you. And I said, do you think that you have trouble controlling the levels of your voice because you spent so many years mute? Like you just didn't have enough practice like talking that now level 10
He feels good about what he said, but he's not right for that.
So how does it work? Did your mom was your teacher, or y'all like had an online homeschool?
Mostly my mom, but we were in a homeschool group, so we did do other things.
Okay, that's cool.
It's not as sheltered as everybody thinks. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't make an assumption. I just think it's quite cool. Like, I mean, other than the social experience that you get from like, I mean, the
I
point
had
of school.
Friends. I know everybody's worried, but
yeah. No, I didn't. Stop thinking I'm judging. I'm inquisitive about this, because like, all right, school is created during the fall because the harvest. It's like there's no farm work to do, so go learn, and then come back in the summer and work. Mm-hmm. And so that's the point. And then the other one was like, hey, we need people to create machines, and then so we need all the desks facing this way, and like a factory. And then it's like, oh, well, kids aren't really learning how to interact with each other. We need babies to go to small group and like learn how to be friends. I think that's the most important thing for an adolescent, is to learn how to make friends.
All right, we're bringing this
like
back.
Kids these days.
Bringing it back to the kids.
No. What I'm getting at is,
seriously,
part of what used to be part of education is no longer.
You used to have to go out. You used to have to go outside and make friends. Remember, your mom be like, "Go outside, play with your friends."
Yeah.
And there's always a friend out. What up, Mike? You coming out? Mike outside. Hey, everybody. Mike.
Yeah, that's a dying breed.
Yeah, that's what I said. My mom. No, my mom was like, "You are not allowed to be inside." Actually, it was more like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
And then she'd chuck a toy.
Like, it was people had curfews. I had like time. It was like, don't come home until the street lights come on. I was like, wait, what?
My
you mean come home when the street lights on?
My mom can whistle with her fingers.
Until
like this.
Oh man, that's a beast mode. I still can't do that.
If I wasn't home by the time I was supposed to, and I heard that whistle, bad news.
You already know.
He's putting in time.
I had friends, they couldn't, their mom was like a pastor at a church, and they couldn't go off the block, and they got new bikes. And I was like, what y'all got these fancy bikes for? Y'all can't even go nowhere. Like, cause I was like so proud that like my mom, like it was so many of us that like my mom would just be like, yeah, just come back at this time. So I would go anywhere I wanted to. I would go almost anywhere. I would end up places I shouldn't be. Like, it's like, yep, free reign. But like as a kid, I think you need that to like learn and explore. What up, dog?
I think so too. She came to say hello. Listen, I do the same thing with my dog. I'm like, go. You don't come back.
Yeah.
You don't come back.
You know where I live. That dog know where she lives. She can smell you.
I let my dog off the leash all the time. Listen, there are no. I don't know if there's no bad dogs, but there are more bad owners than there are bad dogs.
Of course, it's the owner's responsibility to be. It's like parents. They ain't bad kids. You made that kid bad. Unless he was like Michael Myers or something, that's different. Jason Voorhees.
Right.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I think that's just a culture thing.
Okay, it's worse. So what I was trying to get into before my dog interrupted me was that when it comes to the schooling, like I was just reading this book, and they talked about when 20 years ago, the things that you needed to do to get into kindergarten or first grade, like there was a lot of like, you need to be able to like tie your shoes and like, be like left alone.
Potty trained.
all kinds of
Yeah,
different
be
stuff.
able to sit for 5 minutes without
I can
needing
never
anybody.
do that. Yeah, so that wasn't me. But that right. But anyways, there was a lot of behavioral stuff there. But now it's not behavioral at all. First of all, and second of all, like play is not encouraged like it used to be.
So first question, why is it not behavioral things? Because that's what you're learning, right? You're learning motor skills and behavioral and like communication and connection.
Yeah, but they're given like it's less of that now. They're given like homework now in kindergarten and stuff.
That's
okay,
true.
so school is meant for learning and not a social experience. I had it all wrong. That makes a lot of sense now.
No, but that's what they're changing it. They're changing it, and so people don't know how to socialize. They don't know how to get their feelings hurt.
So I would be a good student. Talking too much in class, I would have been a good student these days.
Hey,
I'd have been a standout. Let me show y'all how this was done. I have not had a report card that didn't say, intelligent. Yeah, he going to 4th grade. Talk too much. I'd be like, look, just stop putting that down there. Like until I'm like 25, my frontal lobe is not developed, for maturity. And as it's like when they like he won't sit down. I'm like, he's 10. He's 10. Like, you understand his hormones and like what's going on inside his body and his mind?
Listen, that was the story. That's one thing we have in common. That's the story of my life.
Seriously,
Talks
like,
too much in class.
It's like, but that's exploration. It should be, what it should be encouraged. If a kid has a lot of energy, give him a sport, give him a task, give him something to solve. People saw that as like behavioral issues, but I think that was more so like, I would honestly say like, because, on like the South Side of Chicago and such, like that's like a systematic thing in a sense. Like, I don't want to say like racism, but I want to say it's like, like in a minority community, they don't handle social or psychological issues in the same way. It's like everything is like he being bad. Or it's like, no, maybe he's externalizing something that happened or expressing himself, and that's yeah.
Well,
yeah.
What were your grades like when you were growing up, Hannah? What'd your report card say? Talks too much?
You top of your class, Hannah.
I didn't even have a report card.
See, look at that.
That's legit.
Look at that. That's amazing. That's like, that tells you right there that like kids are learning the wrong way. Like, I'm not saying you should be graded. I think there should be standardized tests for specific things, right? You shouldn't be an engineer if you don't know calculus and like things that go along with that. Like, there should be. However, I think there's more scales that we can really use to help kids like learn better. I don't know what those are, but I'm interested in knowing how you were graded. You just had participation? As long as you participate, you were fine, Hannah? I know you didn't have technology class. You didn't have computer class, did you? Everything was on paper. Everything was. She was out there like, hold on, I'm almost done. My homework. How were you graded?
Yeah, true.
How were you graded, Hannah?
I guess I wasn't really. Like, I did work, but
how do you know if you did well?
It just wasn't the same.
How do you know if you did bad or if you did good? Poorly or poor or well? Like, how do you know how you're performing? It has to be some kind of objective measurement.
Well,
you write a paper. If the paper is shit, your mama didn't tell you? She was like, good job. Put words on the paper. Go on to bed.
She did. She tear up my writing, but in my math problems, there's a right answer, but some things, I guess, not really.
She's like, there's a right answer. Yeah, math is the most objective.
You've mostly been working on my handwriting, but
really, you should go talk to her about that and be like,
she said I had the worst handwriting she ever seen.
You just tell her, you say, how much handwriting I do now? I have a story about handwriting actually. In my school, we didn't have a lot of resources, and we got 5 computers one day.
Tell this story. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I use the restroom.
So we got 5 computers one day, and they wanted to test like computer-based learning with kids. Like, we want them to take some classes, gamification and such, using a computer, learn how to type, what have you, right? And they didn't know what the selection process be. So the principal said the top students overall average, top 5 students in the school, this is elementary school, 5th grade, will get to use the computer class. And the first class is math. So you have to be the top student in each individual. Because if you were top overall, you just get to stay in. Like you didn't have to have the best grades. You just had to have the best average and then you get to stay in. Well, if you had the top grade in each class, you get more students going through the computer course. So I was like in the top 5 and like all of my class. It wasn't that hard because I transferred to the school from like a really good school to like a really like they were on the brink of being closed down. And, you know, my first day of school, I got a detention for an outburst in class, and it wasn't really a detention. It was more so like she had to do that, but really she talked to me, and basically I was like, "Y'all still learning nouns?" That was my outburst in 4th grade when I transferred to the school. I was like, "Y'all still learning nouns?" Like, and so the teacher, Miss Vanderbilt, holds me afterwards. She was like, "Anton, you know, a lot of these kids, you know, if parents don't read to them at night, they don't have books at home, they don't even have a safe place to do their homework, they don't have a kitchen table, you know, and I can make some assumptions about your upbringing that your mom cares about your education, and you have the basic necessities, and you come from a school that, you know, you're a little bit more advanced than your peers. You have to be understanding that being intelligent doesn't mean you always have to show it." So therefore, anyway.
Hey, you was retarded when you was little, but you
proud
of it.
Right? And then, so I got selected for the computer class, and I was they had to decide which class to be taken out of. And I couldn't be taken out of core class, and so they took me out of penmanship. So they were learning how to write in cursive in that class. And so the long story short of this is I don't know how to write in cursive. Yeah, so I only know how to write my name.
We got a lot in common.
I can't
write.
Well,
that's okay because cursive went out anyway.
Yeah. So the ironic thing about that is like you don't need to write. Like, what do you need to write in cursive? The only thing I've ever had to write a paragraph, 2 things. In 6th grade, I had to write something in cursive, and I paid a girl to do it for me. It was like a paper. It's weird. I was like, I can type. I'm like one of the only people in class that can type, but I have to write this in cursive. And I paid a girl to write it for me. And then the GRE, when I took the GRE, they make you write that paragraph that you won't plagiarize, but you have to write it in cursive and sign it. And I was like, can I print this? It was a bunch of like, you seen Billy Madison when he tried to write Z's in cursive? Like that was me. I was just like, it was literally, I just didn't pick the pen off the paper. That was my cursive. I wrote in manuscript, but I didn't pick the pen off the paper. I was like, whatever. I only know how to write my name in cursive. That's it. And I've been fine. I've been getting along pretty well.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You don't need that.
Yeah, I'm terrible at cursive.
So you should go to your mom.
Terrible
like,
at writing.
Like,
so
look, I didn't
need
to learn how to write. Well, learning how to write is different from learning how, like penmanship. So are you saying you were a terrible writer? Like you couldn't put a story together? Like introduction paragraph?
No, my handwriting is poor.
Oh,
and Mendez will tell you how he feels about it, but.
Is it legible? Is it legible, Mike? Is it legible?
Yeah, it's legible.
I worked at, people think that I neglected it, but my mom bought me books and books and books. And
here's the thing. She's a lefty. She's a lefty.
You're left-handed.
But so they say I'm smarter, but I can't write. That's what they say. So, if you look up in the books.
So your hand is on your creative side, and your brain is on your analytical side. You mostly operate like your analytical side. Is that like how to brain the creativity? I don't know.
The funny thing is, so she's like a badass like athlete. You know what I'm saying? Because all her family, they're artists. Like they're like creative people. Like
yeah, except for me.
But you can't draw. You can't draw. Nope, you don't color.
I can't. And I tried because they wanted me to be that person.
You dribble. You can dribble like a soccer ball.
No, I don't know. I'm not confident about that.
It's not bad. You should see Mike imitating his grandfather in soccer. It's hilarious.
I forgot.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh my gosh! He's like the drunken master. He's like an old man until you got a soccer ball out.
Oh yeah.
They say you should do things like that when like if you have like a grandparent or a parent that has dementia. It's like play music from their culture and they remember in their age in which they were the sharpest, and then like bring out things like sports and stuff.
Hey, check this out. Speaking of grandpa doing stuff with your grandparents, check this out. So I've been thinking a lot lately about why, you know what tinnitus is?
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, the lead singer, one of the guys from Daft Punk has it. It's
I
from
have
like
it.
DJ. You got ringing all the time?
All the time.
Really?
I wasn't a DJ. Well, I
Oh,
was
it's
actually.
because
Listen.
You were a DJ.
No, I wasn't. Not for real. So listen. So my grandfather, I've been hunting with him my whole life, right?
Yeah.
Well, we just go hunt. You know what I mean? Like they're like, here's a shotgun. I was never taught safety, nothing. They're like, point, say, like, well, not like real safety. Like, here is the safety, point and shoot. You know, that's
Don't aim it at us.
No, he
right,
never. That was not part. That's not part of it.
Well, with hunting like pheasants, there's a cadence to it. Like when I'm getting ready to shoot, there's something everybody does, and like to make sure I don't get shot in the back of the head because we're all spread out, but we're like really close that you could buckshot. You can catch a buckshot.
But I'm 10. Like,
oh yeah,
10.
That should be a lesson.
No, right. No ear protection. I've been shooting shotguns a couple times a year my whole life with no ear protection. Why can't I hear for nothing?
That's probably why. I had that same thing when I went diving. I went diving in Australia. The dude was like, "Oh, just make sure your mask doesn't fall off." And he just dove in the water, and I'm like, and his dad like handed me a harpoon, and I'm like, really? Like really? Yeah, that's some things you should get a lesson in, like at least a crash course, right?
Something. Now I can't hear. Now I'm in my 30s, and it's like.
Now his hearing's gone. That's so
You know what's
tough.
crazy? The reason why I listen to podcasts and listen to audiobooks all the time is
So
because I don't want to
hear.
No, it's because I don't want to hear that all the time.
Is that like when you're not listening to anything?
Correct.
Like wow.
All the time.
That I feel like that probably like have you had a nagging girlfriend in the past? That probably doesn't help.
Only.
Yeah, only. I've never not. It's probably your girlfriend. You just hear her like that, like
no, all the time,
and everything is just one low. Like
sometimes it's like real loud too. It's crazy, man.
Oh my gosh, you should just be a DJ then. Just ruin it. Just explore that. Just pump it up. Mike was the MC at my wedding, Hannah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I know everything.
All right,
you know everything. Whoa, hold on. I ain't talking no more. Hannah know everything.
Anton, tell me what's your take on me as the MC?
Oh, you were good. You were entertaining. You kept people engaged. From what I remember, I mean, this is blurred.
He doesn't remember. He doesn't.
You had on a suit. That was nice. You look professional.
You had the suit. What you mean?
You was at the wedding, Hannah. Of course you had a suit on.
Yeah. So because
I think you're a good MC.
But the thing
MC
is,
a lot in school.
I never realized that this is what I was supposed to be doing the whole time.
Yep.
Not wedding MC, but being in front of people and talking. That's what I like doing.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
You just recently realized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Epiphany,
discovery.
they call it. Epiphany.
Yeah.
Listen,
Hannah, we talking more. We're coming back to homeschooling. So homeschooling was really safe.
We're good.
Homeschooling
I didn't
was
mean
really
to
safe
tell you honestly.
too.
It just came out.
But you just
I
said
usually
you
tell
know
people.
everything, and I'm trying to learn something. All right, that's a little bit imbalance here.
Whatever. I was just joking. I don't know everything about you. I just know a little bit.
Did you get to listen to secular music when you were a kid?
They get to listen to who?
Secular music.
Non-religious.
All right, I'm using. She failed that one. All right, so it's okay. Looking at verbiage, using specific verbiage to figure things out here.
Non-religious.
Yeah.
Listen, whoever said that I was super religious was also lying. So.
Is that fake news? Misinformation?
That's fake news.
That's a crime.
He's trying to throw me under the bus, but that's not real.
Fake news is going to be a crime, and people don't realize that. It's going to be a crime. It's going to be a culture, and it's going to be a social and federal responsibility as well. We can't look for Mark Zuckerberg to help us out here. It's us.
No,
because Mark isn't spread. Mark gave you the platform to exercise your First Amendment. He didn't tell you how to do it. You can't blame him. I don't think that guy is evil is in learning that you're stupider than him or he's smarter than you. Like, is that evil? I don't know. Like, he didn't make anybody post anything. So I feel as though there is a social responsibility in business, but what business is socially responsible? Social responsibility to businesses is extra credit. Bottom line is the first and foremost. You got a business, you're not thinking, and this is how we prevent little plastic things from going around like the penguin's neck and shit. Like, this is how we stop the cans from being swallowed by the walrus and the forest fires in California. That's misinformation, by the way. It's not misinformation, but it is. It's not fake, but it's misinformation. So the difference is that people think that those what do you call it, gender reveal parties are the reason for but that's not
the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the pink elephant gets noticed, and that's why it's news. So it's still misinformation because people are led to believe that that's the cause of forest fires in California, like, and that California's on fire because rich people are, having weddings and revealing their kids, and being homeschooled improperly.
Yeah.
That's weird. Because nobody's born with a gender. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's the case. Well, yeah, gender and what do you call it? Is it sex, or what's the other word for sex?
Identify with your gender, compete with your sex. That's what I heard. That's what needs to happen.
Ooh, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah. Sometimes I heard someone recently talk about gender, people coming out, they, z,
yeah.
And someone said they just changed their thing again to look at me.
I knew it was a guy. Somewhere, I think it was in the UK. He changed his gender for a day and went in and broke all the female like powerlifting records and then changed back.
Yeah,
it's like all the records are really high.
All you have to do is say that you were a different gender. Yeah,
that's insane. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic of like, woo. Anyway, misinformation. I had a question about training. So we're in 3 different environments, like drastically different. Like Hannah is in the savannah marshes of the down under lower parts of Southern America, where she can walk past monuments today of men who shouldn't be celebrated. And Mike lives in the Alps, damn near a high altitude, and I live in extreme heat. How is training, for everybody? We're gonna start with Hannah because chivalry isn't dead. How is training for you in the humidity? I enjoy the humidity, by the way, in the Midwest.
I don't love it. If I had to choose,
just awesome
I would
to like
choose
just like super sweaty
non-humidity. Huh?
See, it's like, all right, you have to choose an extreme weather: super cold, super humid, super high altitude, or super fucking dry hot. Trust me, don't pick the last
one. Well, I haven't really trained at super high altitude, so I feel like I can't choose.
You can assume.
Honestly,
I ran once in Denver, Colorado, and it was the worst thing ever.
But Denver's not that high.
Not Denver, no. It was Colorado. What's the other? Where's the Air Force? Where's the Air Force Academy, Mike?
The Springs. That's also not that high. Springs?
What's that high then? 6,000 feet above sea level is high as fuck to me.
6,000 is high, but it's not like really high. Like really high is like 10,000, 8,000.
Really? I gotta be higher than I feel like Kilimanjaro is lower than that. Who you wanna be? I'm trying to high five God. Anyway. Pick your temperature, your situation.
I'm picking. Wait,
Dang.
The worst or the best?
Kilimanjaro's 19,000 feet. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's high. Tanzania, right?
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're not picking altitude.
We're picking. Is this the best or the worst? I forgot.
You're picking. You can't pick the one you're in right now. You have to pick a new one.
Yeah, but is this what I want or what I don't want?
Both. Which one do you want? Would you prefer to train in, and then which one would you dislike? I dislike cold. I'd rather be hot than cold.
I disagree.
Getting ready to go out, I think running's a little different as long as there's no ice and snow.
Let's put it this way. I would say this I'm gonna answer for her as being her coach for her predominant career.
There
Altitude, because if she comes off at altitude, she can run fast. It's not the same as the cold or the heat or whatever.
Why would you not pick that one? Altitude is really dry though. Altitude is really like, how many nosebleeds have you had like since moving there?
I mean, it ain't that high, but I had a few.
Yeah, I told you.
He's predisposed though. You used to have nosebleeds anyway.
He just think about like a nosebleed and get one. Broken bones, nosebleed. I feel like Mr. Glass.
Hey, I used to feel like I was unbreakable, but then I became Mr. Glass.
30.
Yeah.
You turn 30 and then it just go downhill. It's like exponentially harder every year of your life. All right, so you training and you taking altitude. You got to, all right, here as it is. I change it. You have to.
I didn't get to pick, but I guess I'd choose it anyway.
Yeah. Now we out here with sexist. We didn't let this woman speak or pick her choice. Gotta go donate to Me Too to correct this situation. All right, you got
what are you gonna pick?
High altitude, heat, or humidity, and you can't pick the one. So you got two choices: heat or altitude. And you picked altitude. All right, Mike, what you picking? You're in altitude. You can't pick altitude.
I think it would be heat.
You want to train out here?
But humidity probably.
Humidity, chocolate. Have you been out
here? Yeah, of course. I ran in Vegas once. It was terrible. But think about it. If I were to pick what I enjoy the most, it'd probably be like I could do it in the heat. You know what I mean? Like running fast.
Like fall, Midwest fall.
Humidity sucks.
That wasn't even an option. You didn't choose that.
Y'all didn't explore. You gotta get creative. Those are the options that you wanted. I didn't say they were off limits to pick something else. That's what that homeschool creativity got you, huh? Thinking outside the box. You didn't say it was one. Just answer the homework question.
You gave us 4 choices and you picked one that wasn't listed.
That's
Take
true.
the road less traveled.
Well, yeah, everybody would pick the fall.
Yeah, that's a stupid answer.
What? You hating on my answer. So what are the subject matter of a homeschool kid in 8th grade? What are you learning?
Oh my God.
What do you learn for health?
We gotta check the list. What do we gotta cover?
You learning for health?
This is not on the list.
Your mom teach you how to put like contraceptives on and stuff like that? And there's no health class.
No, that is very funny.
Is there PE? No. Is there PE class?
I was an active child. We didn't need to have PE class. You know, you just play outside with your friends. That was active.
Right.
Yeah,
Sticks
I grew up
siblings.
outside too.
On the list. What's the list? I don't have a list. This is just off the.
You got the topics, and I know homeschool not on there because
No
you
way.
didn't know it was
Homeschool
coming.
is on there. It's right next to misinformation and fake news. And everything about me.
What's he over here Googling? What you Googling?
I'm trying to think.
Go ahead.
I don't know. When it comes to like being homeschooled or not, I don't know. I think like when I was young.
Mike, you were homeschooled?
No, I was like a smart little kid, and then like girls, and then
that's
high school. Of my life. But high school was good for sports, but right. High school was good for sports, but you know.
Yeah.
Not for.
If I was gay, I would be a billionaire.
A billionaire. You still got the Civic and the orange juice and the Pellegrino.
You seem to be fine.
Hold on. Says the man who has like a $300 ring on to sleep and tell him that he's sleeping good.
It was a gift.
Ring on.
He got that for Christmas.
It was a gift.
From who?
From his dad.
You got that?
His dad. I cannot afford that.
Goddamn, Dad. That's a nice thing.
Yeah.
The dad was like this. He was like, son, this has been in our family for 2 weeks.
My dad's more like, hey.
I don't know
he's
how
like,
this shit works.
Hey, Dad, I want this ring. His dad like, okay, I'll buy it for you. Like, if I get my dad to buy $400 ring, he'd be like,
my dad, no. My dad's been divorced 3 times. I love my dad, but it's true. And he's like, hey, you can have this ring, but don't tell anybody where you got it from. Hannah's putting it on the public right now. Everybody knows now.
He didn't say that.
I told everybody. He said, I thought
all right,
you just with the ring.
Hold on, check how many minutes we're at, and then just take that part out.
We got
Your dad didn't say that. No, I don't believe that shit.
No, he didn't say. All right,
he
so
didn't care.
it's the Aura Ring. We doing a review, sponsored by.
You gotta
Aura.
do it.
Yeah, let's get Aura to send us all a ring so we can try them out and talk about it on here. Write that down.
Honestly,
You should.
If they send me a ring, I'm doing this with it. Power Rangers. Power Rangers when he was a kid.
I used to love the Power.
All right, tell us about the ring. Tell us how much you love it. Tell us how it's changed your life.
TV, homeschool don't have TV. You can't watch TV.
I think if I could do it again, I might get a Whoop strap instead of this.
What?
Yeah.
But the Whoop. See, my issue is that I don't like where the data isn't localized. I can't do this and see what's going on.
You can't do this and see what's going on.
You can't on the ring either.
That's what I'm saying with the ring or Whoop. Whoop is just like a piece of strap.
That's how you save the money. You get the technology, but you don't have to spend the money.
I want to be like this. Oh, yeah, I'm working hard.
Wow.
3 miles this way.
Okay, I didn't know that. Aura doesn't do that. Aura doesn't tell you anything about during the day. It's pretty much only a sleep thing.
So why wear it during the day? Is
Exactly.
it taking your resting heart rate? Not now. It's not even working.
No. It's waiting for me to go to sleep.
It's a damn, what you call that? It's sleep paralysis. It's waiting for you to go to sleep.
It's waiting for me to go to sleep.
It's like a bat.
Hat under your bed until you fall asleep.
But the cool thing is it does heart rate variability, but I don't know, I mean, yeah.
Do you listen to it? It's like, hey, you ain't worked out in 6 weeks. So, you want to run 16 miles?
Yeah. So the thing is, I know my body well enough that, like, if I need a day off, I'll take it, and then the ring will also support that almost every time.
He's like, hey, I need a day off. Make sure you tell me to have a day off. He'd be like, oh, my ring said I got to take a day off.
I wonder how it does with like hormonal imbalances and things like that. Like, does it read that? Like,
I don't think so.
Hormones.
No hormones. Sexist ring. No women's.
I'll tell you what it does. Hold up. I'll pull up.
You should write him a letter and see if we can get rings for the tribe.
It does my activity. Like
for the
throughout the day. It does my activity during the day, but like
steps is not activity.
No,
that's like the most basic Fitbit steps contest at work because everybody's fat.
Like yesterday, I took 25,000 steps.
Does it do calories?
It does. It says I burned 3,000 calories yesterday, but I just don't believe all that.
See, it's hard to be accurate with the caloric. Like, it's a gross estimation based on your activity and your age and your condition. It's close though. It's close enough.
But the thing is, like, my activity is always excellent. Like, I have excellent activity, but like my sleep, dang, what the heck is going on here? One of these nights it didn't register my sleep for some reason. That's weird. Maybe I didn't wear it. So like it'll be like, hey, you need to go to sleep in an hour. Dang, my look.
It like buzz.
Look at
like buzz on you.
Look at how like this is my sleep.
Is that good or bad?
Up and down and up and down. So like this.
It's kind of sporadic.
This is that like sex? You like see sex? Like, you was active for like 3 minutes.
It says 2 hours, 51 minutes of sleep. 4:30, 7, 5.
2 hours?
10.
So it's talking about deep REM.
No,
and so forth.
That's total sleep time. So like, for instance, like last night, I slept for 5 hours and 51 minutes. And that's my total sleep. And then my REM sleep was 21 minutes. My deep sleep was 21 minutes.
That's terrible sleep.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, he's the worst. You're the worst.
Get at the very least 90 minutes of deep sleep.
I thought it was 3 hours.
That means your mind is not turned off. You're probably having too much technology, caffeine, or electronic stimulation before bed.
We could probably diagnose him with that.
Headspace has they're still, I don't know if they're still doing free Headspace. I got a free year account for Headspace when I quit my job because of the pandemic. So it's really good. I used to think, how is a British dude talking to me while the water is splashing against some rocks gonna
Listen, I go right to sleep. I don't have sleep problems.
No, but you're not sleeping. Your body is resting. Sleep is in your mind. Rest is your body. Rest is like recovery is what? Recovery ain't sleep. Recovery is nutrition, sleep, stress management, etc. You're not sleeping. You are resting.
Hold on. We got Anton with the
Dr.
sleep expertise.
Yeah, look, you are laying down, but your mind is already prepared for tomorrow. What's to come? You probably have high anxiety, man.
He diagnosed you. Do you have high anxiety?
You worry about like what the day to come. You got a sleep journal?
Wrong.
Do you have a sleep journal? Do you have a sleep journal?
For what?
Just to write down things in your mind.
I don't have a problem sleeping.
Have you? No. Have you ever gotten up out of bed because you have something that you know you got to do the next day?
Once a month.
And then wrote it down like, oh shit, I got to do this, and then write it down.
No, I just go to sleep and I stay asleep.
You don't sleep though. Your body is resting. Your mind is awake, man.
Anna, what are you doing to wind down
an hour before bed? What are you doing to wind down?
He doesn't think he has problems, and you're trying to diagnose him. He wants us to change the subject. Okay.
I got you.
No, I don't mind changing the subject, but the fact is that I go to sleep. I just don't have the REM like everybody else.
He doesn't. He goes to sleep, but he don't sleep deep.
I don't.
He doesn't.
Maybe
you don't need it. Maybe you're special.
I'm the kind of person.
He's special. He's the kind of person that doesn't need that.
Yeah.
It's above and beyond that.
Some people need more sleep. I don't need a lot of sleep, but I do need quality sleep. Like I have to be cold. I have to be dark. I have to
7 years ago, I was sleeping.
I need a lot of sleep. I'll be honest.
7 years ago, 4 score and 7 years ago, I would go like this, and then I'm up. So. And I just killed the day. Like I'm just like that. I don't hit the RAM.
So your body has gotten used to it, but is that good? Like I would want to see where your cortisol levels are.
Cortisol?
Yeah.
You don't even know what that means.
He's a sleep doctor.
That's how we measure your stress in the body, and when you're the most.
All right, he's about to Google it. You about to Google it? Look at him.
Information.
He's Googling it. He's checking it.
I got great cortisol levels. What you mean?
I got chocolate.
He just pulled up his doctor report.
Wait. I do have my doctor report. Did they text? Did they check that?
I think they.
I think they might.
You tested for the. Testosterone. They may have.
If
you looked at my numbers, you'd be like, "Wow, this guy."
He's a poster child. Tell him.
But
he wants to hear it.
Check it out. You can see that my sleep's not great. Fine, right? All right. I'm not insane, but if you look at my resting heart rate at night, my heart rate variability, my body temperature,
you're healthy. You're fit. It's like health and fitness.
Somebody talk to this dude.
Healthy and strong.
Listen, I get between 2.5 and 3 hours of deep sleep. That's ideal.
What are you doing? You must got a comfortable big bed.
I'm just a good sleeper, You know what you gotta do? Get to sleep.
It's being comfortable at home for most of the day, But
I can't show you my data because I got
school.
I'm on my phone.
Anyways,
Anna, you don't drink. You don't drink.
I never said that.
I mean,
everybody thinks I'm very religious, and I don't.
Everybody. What is drinking? Wait, religious people drink a shit ton.
No, they just drink the wine at church. The wine at church.
I know you ain't religious. You just call it wine. That's Jesus' blood, by the way. Watch yourself. All right. And the bread is his body. He broke it for me and you. So
you're the one that doesn't drink. You don't drink. He's sober September.
I'll admit, I had 3 beers this weekend, and it was a 6-pack, and I gladly left the other 3 in somebody's fridge. I was like, this is disgusting. I was trying to drink it just because I bought it, and I was like, it tastes like poison. And it was a good beer. I was upset. I'm like, I'm going to have to go, wean myself on with IPAs. I can't go back to blondes, just hit it like that. It was horrible. I was like, I'm not drinking them, I'm going to just stick with coffee. It's fine. Iced coffee, cold brew.
Speaking of drinking.
Yeah. What happened to Sober October? This is no alcohol.
He wants to support this is the non-alcohol.
Check it out. It's a Heineken Zero. I'm not in the video. Here we go.
I see it.
Heineken Zero. Look at that.
You one of them, that guy who got pulled over, and he's like, "It's a Heineken Zero, sir." And
honestly,
he ran the stop sign.
Make a note to write them a letter too, so we can get some of those around the.
You like to drink and drive like a dumbass? Drink Heineken non-alcoholic beer. Don't fucking kill nobody.
Honestly, though, from an athlete perspective, with like the carbs you get out of a non-alcoholic beer, it can't be bad.
No. So
you should be on the commercial.
In training and weightlifting, the Chinese drink a very low alcoholic beer before bed just to get more carbs in and recover fast and have more energy the next day.
There you go.
They drink the lowest. It's not even 1%. It's not even beer. It's just like sweaty water. And they drink it out of a bowl. They make sure like they drink a lot. And
with a straw.
Yeah, carbs. No, out of a bowl. Out of a ceramic bowl.
Sake.
Yeah. They created ceramic.
Hey,
that's what we call China.
The second half of that trip around the world you asked me, Anton.
Yeah.
Hannah and 2 other people, I picked them up in Vegas, and then we went the last half.
You never told me about this whole fucking thing. I just thought you were like out there, you and your fucking dog, you as Will Smith, you trying to fix this. This is your ground zero. You saving that baby.
We weren't talking like that a year ago.
Yeah, your ass was somewhere. I was like, yo, what? Call me back.
I wasn't in the group chat
yet. I got a screenshot. There was never a group chat. There was an old group chat that I left out of. I was upset with Reed or somebody. I was like, I'm out of here. It don't matter. What do you say? This your boy?
So I went
that trip. I went up in Vegas while she was sinning.
No, we took the cheapest flight we could get straight to Vegas from Belleville.
What'd you take? A Spirit? Dear God,
no,
I would never
Allegiant.
get on a Spirit. I don't even know what that is.
Sometimes the doors don't close, but you get where you're going. And you paid cheap money.
I would say this. Frontier is not a bad budget airline if you're going to go like less than like 4 hours. You just got like quick, like, you know? Frontier is where it's at. You got it. All right, anyway, he picked up Hannah. She was out there shooting dice in the alley.
Let me talk first.
It was all around her.
It was because you know me, I like to share experiences. I thought about this recently too. So that's what I was talking about. I'll get to the story. But where I was, the whole time I was thinking like, all right, what could I do to get my friends to fly out to Denver, pick them up, and then take them and then get them to camp out in the cold weather? You know what I mean? Like, what would I have to do to make that happen? Anyways, because I was just having so much fun. It was very pretty, you know, like everything is great. So anyway, so I went Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, and then I went Idaho, Utah, and then Arizona, and then picked them up in Nevada, and then so it was her and then 2 others.
Where'd you stop in Arizona?
I went to the other side of the Grand Canyon.
Ooh, so you went from Colorado side.
Yeah, the other side, yeah. I've been to the other side. The other side.
You went from the north. You went from the north?
Probably, north, yeah.
Yeah, because there's like 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, so
How
then
was that?
It wasn't as I like the other side better, I think.
The south side is like the real, like that's the one.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it was okay.
They have all the things over there.
Everybody was weird. Like this lady I walked past with my dog, and she said, "Oh no!" And I was like, "Are you good? Like, what's the problem?" Anyways.
You just like let him off, and your dog jumps in, like, bye.
No, like I was on the sidewalk, and that's how she acted.
Yeah, she was scared.
Yeah. I'm like, what is wrong with you, lady? No. I'm like, have you met my dog before or something? What the fuck? All right, like she was having a flashback or something. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anyways, so then picked them up, and then we did all of California. We started in Yosemite.
Did y'all do Route 1? Did y'all go down Route 1?
We did that. We went Yosemite. Man. We went. What did we do?
First of all, before you finish the story, fuck you for not getting me. I would have loved to go on this trip, motherfucker.
You were in China.
No, I wasn't. When you were doing this with the dog, when you sent me the itinerary. It was a map you drew.
You were in China.
No, I was not. I was in Chicago.
Nobody knew where you were. All right.
It
doesn't sound like you gave real land points so we could find you. So that might be
yeah, for sure.
I had to get on the Spirit. Find them.
All right. So listen. So we went Yosemite, and then up Big Sur, and then the Redwoods. Ooh. And then we went to San Francisco, and then went to the Redwoods after that, maybe? Or no?
We went to the Redwoods
first.
and the
Yeah.
I don't know,
My
the other
last
trees.
WhatsApp to you. Where the fuck was you at October 5th, 2019?
I was working.
October.
My last text to you was that I love you, man. I hope you're doing well. If not, call me.
See, you were still in China.
No, I was here.
WhatsApping me.
Oh, I was here. I think it's because we were WhatsApping. You think I wasn't here?
Listen, obviously, if I
Yeah,
didn't
was
know
in the
where you
States.
were. All right, anyways. So I don't know where you were. All right, so here's the thing. Then we went up to Oregon. We went to Portland, and I love Portland. That's like one of my favorite cities. And like
We
I
went to
consider moving
Eugene
there.
and then Portland.
Yeah, Eugene and Portland. But look at what's happening in Portland. Them people are crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yup. North
I
Dakota.
was here. I was in Chicago. I'm pissed.
North Dakota.
You can get on the next trip.
Buffalo.
Bison.
We going together? Where we going?
Yeah, we're doing
Taking the show
a
on the road.
podcast trip.
Where am I? Haha, good times. That's where we had them blue moons and them chicken fingers.
Oh, that's one of my favorite stories, yeah. That's like one of my first mandates, my first and only mandates. I still tell people about that story. Anyway, so then we went up the coast, and then once we got to Oregon, we like went southern Washington. Didn't we cross the border just to touch Washington?
We just went crossed across and come back because we hadn't been to Washington.
All right, then we ended up in Wyoming.
We went to
How many people in the car?
Yellowstone.
There's 3 people in the dog.
Or in a dog.
4 people in a dog. Then we went to Yellowstone.
Oh, Yellowstone was the worst, man. It was so lame, dude.
We didn't love it.
Whack.
After
Yo,
everywhere
Yogi
I'd
Bear.
been, Yellowstone.
Wait, don't they have geysers there?
Yeah, but it's like they erupt every 5,000 years. Like you ain't gonna see that. You're like, we could wait
be like,
for a while, never
There
see
it
it.
is right there. You see it?
Yeah, it's like once
It
every
is.
5 hours, and it's like
Somebody like they tour guide just throws like a can in it. He like, we keep loading up with beer cans. We want to explode.
Listen, it's so
Yeah,
lame.
it's dumb.
Everybody's foreign there, and like, and it's like a highway. It's like and they got like hotels and stuff. I'm like, this is not the wilderness.
So don't go to Yellowstone.
No, skip it.
What's the best? What's that one where you sent me where it looked like a fucking like Lake Michigan out there, like huge, like
that was
water.
his favorite one. We didn't get to see
Was
that
it in
one.
Montana or
No.
Utah?
What's huge water? That's different.
The glacier.
I mean, yeah, that's
I'm gonna
my
have to
favorite.
pull out the
but
photos.
He's talking about.
Oh, when you took
wherever.
the boat to Canada, maybe.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Yeah. That's Minnesota.
What was that one called?
Oh, I forgot.
This,
Yeah, that's Minnesota.
that's a lot of water.
Yeah. That's Minnesota.
Yeah,
I forgot to.
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's Minnesota. Fuck, what was that one called? But yeah.
You look like you harvest honeybees for a living.
Hey, I love that hat. What's that shirt I got on?
I don't know.
Anyways.
It's a little jacket thing.
Yeah, what's that jacket thing?
You got
A little hooded thing.
So anyways.
proper hiking shoes, boots is a game changer. I got Sean to get some. He was like, woo.
Yeah.
Game
So,
changer.
but here's the thing. Colorado state parks, they can mess with a lot of national parks as of right now.
Oh, they doing good? Yeah, Colorado's some of the best, man. I would say Utah's underrated.
Okay, Utah's got some great looking stuff. A lot of red, though.
I say the four part, the 4 states, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah. I think all of them have like some of the best, like state parks.
And the Pacific
like,
Northwest is pretty
good
too.
stuff.
Vermont, there's a lot of great out there.
Mm.
That's why I'm trying to travel. I'm trying to do this comedy thing so I can travel.
Vermont is not west.
Northeast.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying pretty places.
I know. Oh, he said Pacific Northwest.
He just broadened that to anywhere he thought was pretty.
I know what my state.
It's not relatable.
Maine looks good too. Maine looks good. You know, the northern parts of New York.
I would like to go to I just want to like see what those places look like. I've never been anywhere northeast.
Yeah, I've been up in I went to Lake Placid, New York, and that was
Really?
I like that place. Mm-hmm.
I only seen the movie.
Yeah, it's decent.
Where they had that giant, like that, was it like an alligator that was eating everything?
I don't know. I never saw that.
Oh, it's a good movie. What else is Northeast? Nantucket.
Ah, I don't think so.
Yeah, Nantucket Island. Which island?
So my favorite was Glacier National Park in
Where is
Montana.
That? That's the one you were telling me about. That's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah,
That's the
I would
one.
like to go there.
That's a good one.
That's where the podcast's gonna take us, you know.
Yeah, it is.
That's where
over there.
That's where my fiction book is going. Is like that's where kind of it doesn't start, but like that's when like it starts to pop off. At Glacier National Park. I don't name it though in the book.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
It could be a hodgepodge of a lot of places if you don't name it.
Oh, true.
You know.
So.
Hannah, where have you traveled to? She's like, that's a personal question. I only been to the bathroom. I'm homeschooled. Mount Potty.
Whatever.
Hannah's been to California a few times for both as an athlete and as a coach.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been a little bit of traveling, but not a lot. I got a lot more to do, you know.
Where would you like to go?
Where'd I like to go?
Yeah.
I got a lot of places. I got a big list.
You gonna answer the question? Give me some of that list. Did she stall like this all the time?
Well, you know, I don't want to go there, you know, dig it.
Oh, too much personal information about the states in which you don't own.
Yeah, you know.
Just can we get one? Can we? Lose. We're gonna get some shitty reviews for this episode if Hannah doesn't share anything.
We just talked about all the travels that we went on.
Stop calling my family. You ruined my life, bitch. Where do you want to go? One place in America, one place outside. I always play this with Reed. Me and Reed is the best with this. Like, just stupid scenario. You'd be like, all right, look, you got one leg. I'd be like, oh God.
That's funny.
I love that. I don't know what this game is called. But anyway, in America, one place you haven't been that you want to go. And outside America, one place you haven't been that you want to go. I got my places. If we wait for Hannah, we'll be here all night. So she has.
Okay, you go first, I guess.
Nope. You got to go first. Women have to make decisions.
You don't have to stick to it, Hannah. Just say it, and then if you want to amend it, you can come back later, and we'll add it to the podcast.
And next time we can go to a different restaurant.
Okay. I want to go to Lake Tahoe and.
There you go.
Switzerland, but I don't have like a place there. I just found somewhere that was cool, and I can't tell you exactly where it is. I got to go back and track it.
No, it's fine. It's fine to be general like that.
We need to get her some sponsorships so then we can get her to run there.
Yeah, it made me think about Europe.
It's a place in Switzerland where they always go and train, and it's like really. I can't remember the name of it, but like the pro runners go there and they train there and they race there. But I can't tell you where it is because I can't remember.
The Swiss Alps?
I'd have to look it up.
Okay. Yeah, in Europe, I probably want to go to Amsterdam out of all places. I want to see they have these like brothels that are like in the street. It's just open, like a girl just opens a curtain and she's just like, "What's up?"
That's where you want to go.
I just want to see it. Where is that at?
That's it.
The red light district in Amsterdam. I just want to see it. I don't want to be involved in it. It's like, damn,
you just want to see what's behind the curtain.
She got titties out right in the street. We having coffee and the titties.
In Canada, you can have your titties out.
Can I get another blunt? Can y'all refill my weed over here? That's another thing. I wanna do mushrooms and ride a motherfucking beach cruiser around that water. Just keep going around the bridge and up and down. Like, that's an adventure.
Oh my!
In the U.S., I haven't been to New York yet. Unfortunately, I haven't been to New York. Everybody I know has been to New York. Y'all been to New York, right? Mike, you been to New York?
No.
What?
I've been to New York. I haven't been to New York City.
New York City. I haven't been to New York City. Yeah.
I've been to Lake Placid a few times.
Hannah, you got to get out of St. Louis, man. Life is.
Listen, I know.
Life is
not good here.
Look, life is like a box of chocolate. All right. If you leave that shit in the car, it's gonna melt.
Not wrong.
Woo. She understand them southern. You know what's funny about the southern accent? No matter where you go in the countryside, they all sound the same. I can't tell nobody from New Orleans from Florida apart.
Not
New
yet.
Orleans,
You got to spend more time with them.
Like, yeah, you know, like she got a St. Louis draw.
I would bet that your draw, yeah, you could tell.
It's a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man. There's some people around. There's a very general, like, southern accent. It's like Texas. Like, you must not be from around these parts.
They say things like, y'all too. Y'all too.
Y'all too. Y'all better.
Y'all too. Y'all to go somewhere. Y'all too.
And I've been to tractor pulls. You know, I know the culture. I know the life. I've been around. You know, it's when farm people get bored and they want to blow up their cars. So they pull a fucking tractor until their truck explodes. And then they be like, hey, look how I took care of this rabbit. Grade me. I want a grade. I don't get grades at home. Show me.
Whatever.
Come on, Hannah, what's that? She know what A4 is? 4H?
I don't think so.
4H?
I didn't do the 4H.
You didn't do 4H? Oh,
I know what it is, but I didn't do it.
You are fake Southern. You must live in the city. You live in
kinda, yeah.
You live in the city.
Kinda.
All right,
I don't have a farm.
All right, let's wrap this up. Tonight, I pop off. This one goes out to David Goggins. I got your shirt on. Hannah got me this shirt. Who's gonna carry the boat? Who's gonna carry the boats?
That's a Navy SEAL terminology?
Yeah. It's a David Goggins shirt. Hannah got me this shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts.
I had another topic, but I think we talked about it.
Huh?
Yeah, we did. We talked about it.
Yeah. Who's going to carry the boat? So anyways, this shout out to David Goggins. I'm doing the 48 mile challenge.
I kind of want to do it with you. When are you doing it?
He starts in 45 minutes. You ready?
Are you serious? If I do it tonight, what if I run 1 mile every 4 hours?
No.
Because I'm not in 4 mile shape. If I run 4 miles, I'm sleeping the rest of the night.
But here, check it out.
Okay, that's how look, I'll do
another one.
That would be a modified version.
Another one he did was 1 mile every hour for 24 hours. That's tough.
I could do that one. What do I got to do tomorrow? Oh, I got a client and shit. I got to plan this one out. It has to be like a Sunday.
All right, right. So I'll do I'll try the 24-hour one.
I'm gonna do that one Sunday.
No, I can't. I got more state parks to handle. But yeah.
I'll record it and send it.
Oh, yeah. All right. So anyways, you do 4 miles at 8 p.m., 4 miles at midnight, 4 miles at 4 a.m., 4 miles, every 4 hours.
So you're doing it in 45 minutes?
What?
You're going to start 8 to 8.
You said you're starting at 8 o'clock.
No, I'm 48 hours. So it's 8, but then you finish 2 days later. Tonight.
Starting at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah.
You said you start tonight.
In 45 minutes.
But he said every 45 minutes.
Tonight. No, I said in 45 minutes.
Yeah, in 45 minutes. Yeah.
4 miles.
He's gonna carry the boats.
Hey, do you have a good playlist? Are you gonna be listening to music?
I'm just gonna be in my head.
You're gonna be out there losing your fucking
Are
mind.
you ready? I mean, all I've seen you do is drink water, but what else have you done to prepare yourself?
The man who can't sleep longer than 23 minutes properly is about to fucking stay up for 48 hours.
He is the one for the job.
Not only is he going to stay up for 48 hours, he's just taking a super coffee.
I'm going to
say. All right. And then listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen. You need a safety. You need a person. You need more than one person. They probably need to take shifts. You should have told me. I would have came out there. I would have flew out there.
Yeah, we could have done a visit.
You need medical supervision because.
Oh, we could do the podcast in person.
We could have.
Hey, Mike, I'm going to have to check in on you because at some point you're going to start to hallucinate.
No, I'm not staying up for 48 hours. I'm going to sleep.
I was going to say, I thought you're not going to sleep.
All right, so you got to send us a text every time you complete the 4 miles.
Yeah, just send
like
us
a little
screenshot
check-in
of your watch. Like, what's that dude?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wink dude.
So we know.
4:35, bitch, I'm up. I'm going to start doing that every day.
This
15. I'm going back to bed.
This is Jocko. Yeah. He says, you having a rough time? Things are real hard? Good.
I like
That's his shit. He's like,
I like it.
We don't have enough equipment. We're not sure if we can get the job done. Good.
That's just come from being like a fucking Marine.
Yeah, him
That's a
and
Marine
him,
mindset.
all them. I know. I'm trying to carry the motherfucking boats. Let's do this shit.
You're gonna wear that shirt for 48 hours too?
Ooh, I should. Well, I'm gonna stink.
Ooh, it's gonna stink.
We gonna see Mike again. He gonna have a Ranger tattoo. I'm like, boy, ain't serving nobody's army.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
He's a college professor. No, congratulations, man. Keep me updated.
What you mean? I didn't do it yet.
Don't congratulate him.
Congratulations on even starting that. That's the you should look this up when you get some time in between. It's called the social benefit factor. It's a phenomenon that you don't have to do something in order to get famous for doing it and to get people excited about you not doing it. So you can just like go on your Instagram and be like, I'm gonna run 48 hours and 4 miles every time. When people really do the work, they just do it. Like it's like me just learning about it from asking. You didn't have a whole campaign. But if you did that, like people would be like, "Oh, Mike, hey, my friend Mike about to do," and then they feel like they like, "Oh, hyped up." Like you just told me, and now I want to go run. It's a social benefit.
Oh, well,
right, Hannah, doesn't it make you think like, you know what, I should do a couple,
No, she does real training.
Hannah's like, I need to go work on my penmanship.
Yeah, I don't actually have time in my schedule to do that.
Hannah did. What was your last workout? Like not today, not this one. You just did 18 miles or something. Didn't you run 18 miles?
Yeah, we talked about that was last week.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, well, that didn't make it. That didn't make it.
My client.
We talk about it again.
He did this is a workout I made up for him. He had to run 1,000 meters and in 4 minutes and between 4:12 and 4:15. He's so slow. I know. And then at 5, we have to run at 5 minutes. So whatever time he run it in, he would come in under 4 actually. At 5 minutes, we got to run a sprint at 250. And he was sprinting 250 and like he's slow now at like 45 seconds. And then at 8 minutes, we start again.
Oh, that's kind of hard.
Trying to kill him.
Yeah. I was surprised he didn't go down today.
Hey, all right. Well, let's
did that 4 times.
Let's talk about this for a second. Hey, Anton.
Yeah.
You remember when you made me do that? You're like, hey, let's go do this CrossFit thing. And you thought you were gonna give it to Big Papa, and Big Papa gave it to your ass.
We had to do 100 burpees as fast as you can. I broke down. Mike
we had
100 burpees.
No, it was like burpees. It was double.
Was it double under?
And
I couldn't do double unders at the time.
And you had to do like the pull up things, and then you had to run a 400 or something, 200 or something.
I don't remember that one. I remember we did burpees. We only did burpees.
No, that wasn't me.
We did like 100 burpees, dude. We did in the parking lot. Remember? We stayed in grass student housing. We had like it was like 7 minutes to do as many burpees as you can. We're trying to get 100 or something like that.
I don't know, but I remember specifically when we did that CrossFit thing, and I gave it to your ass.
That might have been Sean. You don't know me. This is a whole new me. All right.
Listen, you're a whole new.
I think I'm the best in the best athletic form of my life beyond endurance training.
I hear that.
Not right me. Now.
I'm old. I'm old. I keep the beard so you can't see my face fat.
There you go.
Get it.
Beautifully Twisted Podcast. We're out.
All right. Yeah. Peace.
There you go.
See you. Bye.